Hello, hello, hello. I have returned at last. Oh dear. Okay, great. Everything working fine. Ponky, Aussie boy, woof. Ah, this is wonderful. Um, I'm also trying something new, and I think I might not be doing this entirely right, but there's something called Streamplace. Let's see if it's working for me. So it should have sent a. That's done nothing. Interesting. There should be some kind of way. Huh. So basically, there's this thing called Streamplace, where you can obviously stream. It's a bit like Algora, I think. It's an alternative to yet one more streaming platform, but it's very cool. And there's some work happening on it actively. It goes on a. Oh, Aussie boy, thank you. That is very kind. And Marco, Frozen Spirit, hello. Nice to see so many folks. Okay. But yes, so anyway, Streamplace doesn't seem like it's actually working. That's fine. So I'll just forget that for the moment. And okay, cool. So today, there's lots of stuff to do. Honestly, I feel sometimes like I just have so many things happening at the same time that I'm just that nothing ends up happening. They're just sort of all pending, and so I need to do some work on that. So some things are. Oh, by the way, if you don't know this, I recently shipped. We had this private API.nux.com repository, which was previous to me. It was not actually merged, by the way, or not anyway through the interface. So previously it was here. It's still there. It is still private, but I've merged the history into nuxt.com. So we now actually have our server API with, I dropped some things that weren't used. And so I've refactored everything. So you see, for example, that before what were we doing? We were posting to this api.nux.com, and now we're just posting into our own server route, which meant that we actually were able to get much, much more type safety within the whole thing. So hello, Enrique, nice to see you. And Hugo, very cool. So anyway, all of that was a very, very happy day when I was able to merge that, thanks to a lot of help from a lot of folk. But yes, so what we're doing right now is I'm going to review stuff in Nux Test Utils and hopefully make a release of it. So for a start, let's close this because it's blocked anyway. Maybe a few more changes and then we will release this. We have, why did that fail? There's something in the lock file that's changed that's leading the tests to fail somehow. So I want to see why that might be. This should be a totally safe PR, right? Why would that lead to any kind of CI failure? Oh, it's a types failure. Okay, that's fine. Let's resolve that. So let's go to test utils and let's fix some types. So install our dependencies and run the our type check. So Marco, what we're aiming to release is, I hope to release test utils. I hope to release Nux CLI, which is actually a very, very exciting release. Who knows, maybe some more stuff. Okay. Okay, yikes. Okay, so we are actually getting our error here, which is to do with, ooh, nice. No. Interesting. So that it's, for a second I thought that maybe it was now that expect error was working, but actually I think I just need to restart the TypeScript server to get this to look correct. So the issue is our fetch node request handler is expecting a different type. So this is probably an issue with node mock HTTP. We're just going to expect an error. And we also need to fix that upstream in node mock HTTP, or anyway open an issue if one doesn't exist. Let's try fixing it, okay? So this is what happens when you try and release one package and you find an issue in another package. Right, so I don't think I've ever actually opened this before. So I'll have to freshly clone it and open it and install some dependencies. Hey Jan, nice to see you. And CDE, are you Charles? Is that your name? Or I might have completely missed it. And also it looks like we've got some kind of scammer. Let's see if I can block the spam. Oops. Oops, I'm not even installed that. Never mind. Okay, if they do any more, we can do a little more. Okay, so here we are at node mock HTTPT, and the issue is we have got some types node. Interesting, the types node are there. So what's the problem? So we have test utils. The problem is that it's expecting socket, node listener. Okay, so it's about incoming message. And probably, I'm guessing the incoming message in this, does it somehow have a, aha, it implements incoming message, right. And it's missing some things, I'm guessing. So it's missing, what is it missing? It's missing socket or connection. Remote address is optional but required. Okay, so we have remote address somewhere and it should be required. It's probably more than that one thing. So if we were to go into here, we're looking for okay, remote address. Let's make it required. And it's still going to complain because remote family, and it's going to complain because remote port, and that's it. So I guess those three have to be required. And so let's see, fix socket types. We have to verify, obviously. Fix make remote align socket types with node. Yeah, we need to remove that person. Okay, I'm just going to go in and sign in. Right. Sign in. Oh, for goodness sake. Yes. I'm not a fan of email-based two-factor authentication. It's such a pain because you have to, let's see, block. Okay, blocked. Cool. Right. So we, yes, Matteo, nice to see you. Ban, that would be better than block. Okay, let's try that one more time. Twitch. You see, I'm such a pro streamer. Ban. Cool. It works. Yeah, it makes sense. It will probably be automated and they'll be doing it to everybody. So, right. So we need to verify why, like, is this actually the case in Socket? So do we have remote family here? Interesting. It seems to be types node 24. Let's bump our types node. Let's see if this makes a difference. Because it would be unsurprising to me if, no, it's still optional. Oh no, we're still in the old one. Okay. Okay, now we're in the new one. Ah, string or undefined. That is weird because they've dropped the question mark. So in fact, it's like this. This is I think maybe more a, let's try that. So I think that is probably the solution that, yeah, that's a weird change. Okay, let's verify that that solves the problem here. Yeah, so it might be undefined, but it's not optional. Luke, thank you. That is really nice. And hi, at last. Okay, so that's the fix. I wonder if we can, I need to find the commit in definitely typed. And we can, I know, I've set up passkeys in almost everywhere I can. Okay. Typed. Definitely typed. I'm going to search for node remote family and pull requests. Weird. Code. Well, that's weird. This is all very old. I bet it was nothing to do with code. It's probably something like a TypeScript bump change. So let's see. We need to pull it in off of here. And where was it? It was coming in from types node net.d.ts. Okay. Using this as a drop-in fails with type arrows. I suspect an issue with how TypeScript is generating types, as I couldn't find a PR changed source around this file. But we can actually just verify it 100% by pulling in here, going into types, node, oh dear. Hey, nice to see you, Florian. Yes, I'm happy to contribute my my mistakes anytime. Fishy, nice to see you. And brother, thank you for answering the question. Yeah, exactly. If you're instantiating it with a new object, you cannot miss out the key. And there is a difference, of course, because you do object keys on a thing with which guarantees the key is there, or if you do something in the object, it's still going to come up. Okay, we're looking for net. There was a change 2 months ago. I want to look at the history just in case there's a change that I've missed. Maybe this. Exact optional remote. Where is the change? Yes. Okay. So it is a, it was in here. Well, good to have found it. Cool. So that is the key thing, that we have fixed this. We can suppress the error, right? We don't actually need the PR to have changed. Or we could patch. No, let's patch node mark HTTP, because that way we can actually code dist. Where did we decide the thing was? Oops. Here. It's in index, unsurprisingly, I guess. Index.d.mts. And we're going to find a remote family and remote port, etc., and say for undefined. Okay, and now patch commit it. So, Fishy, what we are releasing, first of all, is hopefully Nux test utils. I just want to bump some dependencies. This is the most boring possible thing, honestly, that I could do. Welcome! Why don't you watch me bump some dependencies in a non-important way? Sorry. Okay, so let's see. But there we have it. Sorry about that. I'm pulling you along. The the font. This is Dank Mono. Numbers go up. Numbers go up. The definition of a release, pretty much. Oh, I'll request from Puya. He will otherwise not know. And we will... Oh yeah, I pushed that, so hopefully we can now reopen it. Come on. This is a weird one. Why can't I reopen the PR, given that the branch does exist now? Wow. Cool. There isn't anything to compare. Why is that? There should be. How is there nothing to compare? There's some weirdness going on here with let's just merge it in locally. Okay. And we're going to say this. What? Oh, did it, what displayed on my screen? You have to tell me, because I didn't actually notice. So my dad was calling. I think by accident, which I will confirm. Right. Okay. Let's actually just check that I didn't break CI or something. Now that was actually the thing I think that was blocking quite a lot of these other changes, because the change to that property broke, I think, this one as well, and that needs to close. And it might have done a few other things too. Well, my real question is whether I had a Nuxt and had my phone number on the screen, given what CD fact says. Curiosity tells me no, so that's good. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe someone might give me a ring. Okay, whoops. Non-major dependencies. Let's just merge this in, because I'm pretty sure this will resolve this as well. Oh, I have gotten so familiar with doing stuff like this. So uninteresting. So uninteresting. I feel like surely AI, if it has any role, it should be good at this, right? Like just say, hey, can you please resolve all the renovate PRs that That would be it should be what happens, right? Okay, Drowsy Marcel. Gabriel, welcome from Brazil. You need to get it. If you're the only developer, then so one, you can open PRs and then review them yourself. That is what I do myself a lot of the time, even on my own website. I open the PR. I have CI. You can always create CI. Have CI to just check, is everything passing? Then go through it like you're reviewing someone else's PR. And that honestly, I've heard so many people say the same. It makes life better for you. Like it will make you think more clearly about your own PR. I spot issues when I see them on the screen in PR form that I absolutely did not see when I was looking at them locally. You could try using a model like CodeRabbit that reviews your PR and treat it as though it's a coworker, and so engage with what it says. You don't have to agree with it, but it will at least give you another voice in the dialogue, which will be helpful. Those might be some things you can do at work. Yes, a Renovate model, that would be so good. Cool. A rotary phone. That would be amazing. Someone I saw produced like a receipt printer, and it printed out like a receipt every time someone opened a GitHub issue, which I think is a brilliant idea. I would love that. Sally, that's very kind. I'm actually not sitting in a chair. I am standing up, which is probably why. I can't lean back, because leaning back would just mean I would fall over. So yeah, well, there you go. It is actually, I have just recently got a walking pad, which is not very big, but and so if I'm not actually on a video, I might be walking. It's actually quite fun. Yeah. Would it be better? I mean, no. I personally like trunk-based development. I like creating PRs, merging into main. So you always have one thing that is up to date. Concentrating. I mean, I found it wasn't difficult to build the concentration on the walking pad. Like very quickly, you adjust to the new normal. Like when you start, it feels weird, but then pretty soon you are like used to it. In fact, the weird thing for me is when you get off of the walking pad. So when you step off, having been walking at sort of a pace, and walk normally, it feels like you're walking so fast because your brain is used to, I walk at X pace and I don't move at all. So now you're walking slower than that, but you're moving much faster than you were on the walking pad because you weren't moving on it at all. You were staying in place. It feels so weird. Like it's worth doing it just for the trip of stepping off the walking pad and feeling like, yeah, which is great. Okay, you do it as well. But yes, personally, I mean, the question for you about like having bug fixes and features on different branches is, do you really want to have that model of release? So if you want a release model, which is you have your main release branch, which is your release branch, and then you have long running like feature and fix branches, which you somehow release to staging environments. I mean, you could do that. I personally would much rather keep it on your main branch as your release branch, and then have a tag or something that triggers the deploy to production if you don't want every commit to go. But honestly, I prefer continuous deployment. I would rather see everything going to production as soon as you're happy with it, rather than holding it back. Because if you hold it back, what you're basically saying is more testing is required than we're doing in CI. So then that just makes me say, shouldn't you just be testing properly in CI, and then you'd be better able to know what's going on. Would be my take. I've just noticed, I think my desktop background changed a bit. Can you see the chat? It looks a bit low contrast. Let me see if I can change the wallpaper, because it doesn't look ideal. And why did no one say anything? Okay, so I think it's maybe something to do with the upgrade to, yeah, a bit transparent. Let's see if I can find it. I somewhere have it's obviously changed at some point. It's the kind of thing I just need to have a full copy of my desktop for purposes such as this. I'm just temporarily going to use this as I happen to have a screenshot of my desktop, and I want to use it as it's not going to be that's not the way it's. You may or may not even be able to see the. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. You may or may not be able to see the bit that is the screenshot, but at least it should make the desktop background correct. So hopefully that is a little bit clearer. And yes, I think you can sort of see the bit of like the lock screen at the top. But anyway, the point is you can see. Okay, so this is CI takes so long, doesn't it? So we're nearly ready to merge this. In fact, I think I can very confidently merge it, because the thing that was failing before is passed. And there we go. It's definitely better than me sitting around trying to find it for 15 minutes. Okay, so great. Lots of stuff is happening, which means I think we're ready to merge, but I'm going to make one more change. I was chatting to Ryota, who maintains Nuxt Bridge, and we have an issue that we actually broke anyone using Nuxt Test Utils and Nuxt Bridge. That's funny. But we broke support because we upgraded Nuxt Kit to 4.2.1, and we actually want it to be in 3. So I'm just going to pull it down to 3. And do we really need a resolution for Nuxt Kit? Not sure. Okay, let's try this. And we're going to include, I'm just going to bump it to the I don't remember what the latest 3, there we go. So we'll install our dependencies, and I would not be surprised if this breaks something from a type or build point of view, but let's try build. So fix revert to Nuxt Kit version 3 for bridge support. We will drop, we will move to version 4, but we'll do it in a major version. Yes, I have heard of Act. It is, it's really useful. I found it great when debugging stuff. But often it's more work than it might be worth if you are in a. Okay, so let's just revert that. Yes, we absolutely do need that PR. Absolutely, we do. I will. There's Nuxt also needs a release. So in terms of the releases that we need to have, there's Nuxt, CLI, Nuxt image probably needs a release too. There is Nuxt test utils. So yeah, lots of stuff happening, coming up. Nuxt CLI, you're going to love. So if you haven't seen some of the changes to the to Nuxt CLI, let me just spoil you a bit. So we've done a whole. Oh, I haven't merged this. Okay, that needs to be merged, obviously. That. Oh, that's Ooh, what's this? Okay, let's rerun failed jobs. So basically, we're doing a lot of very, very, very cool things in Nuxt CLI. And here are some of them. So we've moved a lot of things to Clack. The prompts and the interactivity is a lot nicer. So if I open Nuxt CLI here, and it's just, oops. Oh, I do have to review that. Fix pool. So it's going to build itself. There we go. And if I run like Nuxt init, we now have this nice little sort of bar on the left-hand side. We're going to create our project there, and it's going to ask us questions as we go. It feels a lot more interactive. So I'll call it Bob. We have a nice little spinner. Now we're selecting what we want to do. And then this bit could be better. No, and we have got like a nice little box. So a lot of it is just feels good. But with this template change, which I'm merging right now, we now have an even nicer experience. I mean, it's not so much more, but actually this is what it looks like. So it's going to prompt you if you run Nuxt init without a template. It's going to actually prompt you based on a template. And when you do it, it's even going to suggest the directory based on which template it is. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about that. So oh yeah. But it's not just prettifying, although that is important. But I hope it's going to make it a bit more stable. And the design patterns and decisions we're making for this will also be used when we're creating wizards in some of the other packages. So let's see, what is the issue here? Oh, okay, this seems like a straightforward thing. This person, whoever they are, they have done so much cool stuff. Let's see, what have they been doing? What else have they done in test utils? So many things, I think. Yeah, really good work. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I think this is fine. Oh, no, this is why we had a single instance of nuxt_kit, I think. Because otherwise it might... I think that it's to do with the multiple... Like it's difficult to get the nuxt instance. I wonder whether that is something that will be an issue for other people, or whether it's just present in this repo. We'll test it before we release, of course. So this is happening in app vtest full. So if I go to, if I build it, okay. Okay, so where are we here? This is a fix. It's not a... I think we want to do another fix, but this should be fine. Yeah, this should be fine. I wonder why it's failing. What is failing? Yeah, I don't think it's related. Okay. So, okay, back to test_utils. This is failing here. And the issue is that we have, I think, multiple nuxt instances, right? So let's just see which versions of nuxt_kit we have present in the project. I think it's just two. So 3.20 and 4.2.1. And let's see if we can resolve it by pinning it. So if I pin nuxt_kit to version 3 and install, what is it complaining about? Ah, yeah, that is problematic. The issue here is that Nuxt is expecting to be able to Yeah, it's fixed in Nuxt, but it basically Nuxt requires a version of Kit that's version 4 if you're running with Nuxt version 4. So it's a bit of a pain. I feel like there should be another fix somehow. So where do we import Nuxt Kit? Lots of places. I think I have may have a solution here related to how we do this with I wonder if we can drop Nuxt Kit as a dependency totally. Or maybe we don't want to do that. So we're not interested in these are the source locations that we care about. And I wonder, we can do something like a peer dependency on Nuxt Kit as well, an optional one. So we'll keep it as a dependency. .20.1, I guess. We'll keep it as a dependency. We'll add it as a peer dependency. And specify that it's optional. Hey, Harish. Okay. Yep, that's still failing as we expect. What I want to see is if we can, in fact, so here we pull in Kit, and we have load Nuxt and build Nuxt. Let's drop those. So we have load Nuxt, which we down here pull in. And we're going to create a utility, which is a function load Kit. Now we have this in Nuxt CLI, which we can actually just directly copy and paste, I think. So load Kit will, there we go. Do we need this as well? Okay. So we're going to create a utility here. And we need Xsolve as a dependency. Thank you. Okay, so now what we ought to be able to do with load Kit is this. And I'm going to try exactly the same down here. Wait, same one. Okay, so where else do we use build Nuxt? That's a test. Wait a second, we already have we already have kit. So let's do that also and pull it in here. So const kit is await load kit. And where do we use it? Okay. Do it down here. So we can actually just load it at this point. So call load nuxt. More worried. Oh, thankfully that's also a cool. We'll do it at this point. Build nuxt, I guess. Cool. So this, I think, is potentially a very good solution. If it works. Because it should mean we're basically respecting the version of kit that the end user has in their project. Whether that is Nuxt or what. Okay, cd examples and oh yes, that's interesting. Okay, let's just assume that. Okay, so fix use kit version from end project. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, what else are we using from NuxtKit? Oops. And I'm only interested in the source. Nuxt module. Oh, we also need to do the same here. So what do we have? Come on, we must be using kit somewhere. That's crazy. Why was that not showing as an error? Anyway. Oh yeah, we do this also. So here we would see, do we actually have consular as a dependency? We do, so we can use that. What else are we pulling in? We have used Nuxt. This is why that one is failing. So we need to at least here use, yeah, this is the reason why we are import module. That's all fine. But this one is the tricky one. I'm trying to think what to do with it. Okay, setup import marking is what kind of, oh, it's running here. So we can actually just await it and make it an async function. And then do exactly the same thing and say, what am I wanting to do? I need to get the root directory. Okay, so we need the root directory. Actually, wait. This is totally not needed. Let's just pull in Nuxt like this. Okay. And then we just call it here with Nuxt, which we've got access to. Oh dear me. All right. Why was this not getting any type? It's very weird. Very much should have been. Okay. Right. Fix, update, additional instances. No. So Bun is Bun aims to come with a lot of things by default, but that doesn't mean it conflicts with other things. So Vite is absolutely compatible with Bun. So if you're using, so you can use Bun on two levels with Nuxt. One is you can use it as a runtime for the dev server, although there are some current bugs with Bun that impact the WebSocket connection for the dev server. And the second one is you can use it as a production build. So you can build a Bun server, which you can deploy somewhere and actually run in the Bun runtime. And that is a very fast way of deploying your app. So that is worth checking out. Okay. I'm hoping this is actually going to mean that we that it's not actually a problem to upgrade to Nuxt version 4. So that would be nice if so. What do I think of Bun being bought by Anthropic? I mean, I'm glad. I think so in general, top level, it's great when an open source project has funding to work on what it's doing. That's fantastic. Only celebration in regard to that. If you're a user of any project which is funded, then you always have to say, like, what are the incentives for this funding arrangement, and how will that impact the project's growth and direction, and how will that impact me and my needs as a company or whatever. So those are the things that you want to ask. And I'm not worried. I feel like Anthropic it doesn't have an incentive to pull Bun in a bad direction. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I think see where it goes. And when sometimes people say, "Oh, well, then the risk, of course, is that if Anthropic don't make money, then Bun will be in trouble." Well, you could say this about any open source project which is funded by any company. And it's true. if that company fails to make money, decides not to fund them, then it's a problem. But the problem just means they're back where they were before, needing funding. So that's not a death threat. That's just like now they are back pre funding. So I don't see that as a reason not to celebrate it. I think this is just a flaky test. Sometimes this thing, oh no. It might not be. It might be consistently. Let's see. This is being thrown by try it. I should have just done this locally, I think. Hey, Deej. Yeah, it's okay. So this is also somehow to do with somehow I feel it's related to this. Now we're passing the next instance. What else are we using up here? What is Advit plugin doing? Let me just check. Of course. So I think what we need to do then is drop that. Crazy, I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, add. This actually makes me wonder if we made a mistake when we did a major version of Nuxt-Kit, because I feel like this should not be required. Okay, async function const add vite plugin is await load kit Nuxt options root directory, and that's coming in from there, and we need to await it. Oops. Cool, let's try this. And now let's build and see. I do not have a very strong opinion because I don't watch a lot of Prime. Okay. Yes. Okay. I did. It was really nice. Oh yes, of course it's Damien, right? I always forget your username. goodness. Austin, nice to see you. It's been ages. We should... Okay, so hopefully we're now ready to merge this, and I think then we're ready to release Nuxt test-utils. So this upgrade to VTest 4 will be a thing for another day, and that's a major release. So that would trigger the... is Bridge going away at any point? I think as long as people are happy to maintain it, namely Ryota, it's not going away. Yeah, but it's definitely not something I'm going to be spending too much time on, because Nuxt 2 itself, which Bridge aims to support, is definitely out of end of life, very end of life. So if people open new issues on Nuxt regarding Nuxt 2, I would close them. It's someone asked a question in Discord actually about it. You know, what does the key property do? And it's been so long since I've even looked at Nuxt 2, even though I mean I would have known that intimately just a couple of years ago, but now I mean I can't even remember. And just taking the time to get back into it is too problematic. Okay, hopefully. Is it looking good? Come on, people. Basically, because it's Nuxt test-utils, we have to do so much testing. We're basically testing every possible kind of test. At last, it's showing up. That was weird, whatever happened there. That's also very strange because it doesn't exist. So I don't quite know. Oh yes, there's so much I'm waiting out for Nitro version 3. There's a lot we're going to be able to do. One of the most obvious and immediate things is switching to the Vite environment API and having one dev server rather than 3. So that will immediately make life much easier if you're using Nitro version 3 and Nuxt and Vite. Yeah, that would be very good. Cool. So I think this is good to merge. Great. I am going to have to go in just a couple of minutes, at least for now, which is why I wanted to get these in and make sure that everything is passing, hopefully beautifully. So yes, the Adobe provider, it seems, is actually it's not related to Nuxt fonts. It's to do with Unifont. And yes, we need to resolve it. Actually, there's some great PRs in Unifont that I have to get to because Florian's created them, and I really need to merge them because they're great. This one particularly is excellent, and I want to go ahead and merge that. But yes, the issue is probably in Unifont, and it's probably a change in Adobe that we need to handle. So I'm good, I think, for this. But yes, I think it is an issue with Unifont, and I think actually there was a change in Unifont. Like, I updated the snapshot, which should have revealed that the issue was present. Are you thinking of Prime or are you thinking of Theo? The weird thing is this means the dev server does start with bun, which is interesting on Windows. So let's just check this out. I have a test that tracks failures across different runtimes. Oh, Pirate Software. Yeah. So, and I'm at the moment saying that basically bun does not work on Windows, but it seems like it might now. So it does start, and we'll have to see if fetching works. So test specify bun starts on Windows. Let's see if that makes any difference. Thank you for that little interchange, by the way, Okami and Enrique. Like, I feel like that's really healthy. So I have a problem with somebody, let me check why, and then you look and figure out it's a different person. I mean, that's saved Prime's name a bit, so always nice to do. Dino is more compatible than Bun as far as Nux CLI is concerned, yeah. There is an interesting initiative that we built in OnJS where you can actually have a look at the different runtimes and their compatibility of different APIs. So do have a look at that. It's, I think, potentially quite helpful for assessing some of the compatibilities. Looks like it's a bit, I need to zoom out a bit to see everything. So you can see like what things are supported where. And there are lots of different runtimes, right? So, but you can see Bun and Dino on the left, you can see Node over here, and you can hide the ones that you're not interested in and just compare them. So Dino is lacking those, for example. Bun is lacking those. So is Node. So like it's worth. So OnJS is a GitHub org, and it is we originally created it when we were building Nuxt 3, but the aim is that it's not about Nuxt. So these are packages that we think are universal. Often they are for working cross runtimes or cross frameworks, and the aim is to collab with other people in across frameworks and see what we can build together. So it's not just a Nuxt focused thing, but it is focused for us all. Did I just trail off in the middle of saying something? I do this too often, I'll tell you. Okay, good. It looks like this is passing. Oh no, but it was not passing on Windows. That was the one. We'll need to wait and see on that. Ooh, where's this? Okay, that's Unifont. Here, the benchmark can run. What's failing? Oh, it's some kind of lint? No, it's probably to do with yeah, this is to do with downloading the GitHub templates from GitHub. And really we need some kind of proxy, I guess. Like a cache. There might be a better way of doing this rather than hitting the GitHub API, because it's not authenticated. Oh, maybe we just need to use the token that's available in CI. Let's try that. So here we have fetch. What's it called? Templates. And we are fetching from the GitHub API. And what we would do is say process.m.github token. Okay. And we can, I guess, in CI, pass that token. Where else? I'm not including it there because the tokens are too wide. So I think this should be fine. So the token is limited in every case. So we limit it here to contents read. We limit it here to nothing. We've limited it here to pull requests write and contents write, which is why I've not, which is very expansive, which is why I don't pass it. We've limited it here to ID token write. The release is, yeah, we should probably limit it there as well. Although to be fair, we are going to expose it. Wait a second. We are going to expose it here, so it must be present. And then size comment, we're not adding it there either. So it should be fine. When fetching templates. My kid is waving at me outside. Cool. That should resolve the issue with these randomly failing things. And let's just update this. What's that? Oh, rats. What's the problem? Rate limit exceeded in CI. Are we using the GitHub token? It's in the install dependency step, so I don't know why. Maybe we have to specify contents read. Oh, I put it in release. I didn't put it in CI at all. So There we go. Amazing. They're passing. That is incredible. That it might be that this particular PR on something totally different has fixed bun. That would be an incredible result. And also, I feel like there's a bug there because it shouldn't. Like, this is, it's just checking the files, some files on the file system. And it might be a race condition or something like that. But there's no reason this should, just checking whether files exist or not, fix the issue. But maybe. Magic. Actually, what I want to do with Nuxt, we have a number of bugs related to use async data, and there are behaviors that do exist, and we need to fix them at some point. And so what I really want to do is actually create the reproductions in the Nuxt test suite, because they are super simple most of the time to reproduce. They don't require end-to-end testing, so it doesn't take any time. You just can add them in the runtime as a runtime test. And if we do that, we should be able to add them as expect to fail, as in, so like this fails, which means that if we solve the bug in another way, we would then immediately know and be able to close it, rather than just keeping the issue open indefinitely. That is something that I do need to do, I think. Okay. This is it's the Windows test that matters, yeah. Honestly, so much fun. Waiting. Will it pass? Will it not? Can we tell? Can't even see the logs yet. This is the kind of thing that we will see. so bad. Come on, people. It's been going for 2 minutes. I can't even see the logs. Why? Surely these logs exist. Right, they're there. How long does it normally take? He is coming up now, he says. So I will therefore soon stop, as in the next few minutes, because I will do homework with him. And then I might have a chance to do, how long? 2 minutes. So it's very near, unless it's just hanging, which it might be doing actually. Basically, once this merges, okay, test utils though should be good to go, right? No. Lock file maintenance. Why has that failed? I asked for it to be pushed. Okay, the Windows test is probably fine. The provenance, however, what is that failing because of? NappyRS wasn't runtime. I think that is a false positive. So I think we can update this and then release it. Then we can go on to CLI, which I also hope to release very soon. Let's just see what the actual changes here. No, it's not downgrading. It's just that this is also in the log file. Okay, so that's fine. And I think the Windows test was a flake. That should be good too. Yes. Cool. That is very, very nice fix. Okay. Right. So, just one more. Why was this failing? Probably linting. That's weird. Oh, this is probably saying we should use catalogs for everything. I think we might need to change it. Okay, right. I will resume that a little bit later. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining me. I will see if we can raid anybody. If you're watching on Twitch, let's see what there is. These people I follow. I'll be there in 1 second. Oh, I will open the door. Hello, hello. I'll be out in just 1 second. I'm saying goodbye to everybody. Okay. Okay, so who ought we to follow? Follow channels. Ah, yes, we can do Dylan Mulroy. Let's do that. So, DM Mulroy. It has been so much fun. Thank you everyone for joining. Okay, raid, DM Mulroy. I think that's right. Super cool. So everyone, see you later. Hopefully not so long before the next stream. And until then, bye.